Hello, a very good afternoon.
Hello.
Hey, hello. Are we ready to get on?
Everyone.
We are not live yet, right?
Okay.
5 minutes, right?
Derek, are we live yet? 5, 4.
Yes, live already.
Live already, yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
hello everybody.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you had to cut that out. Can we restart? Okay, a very good afternoon, everyone, and to our guest
Good
speakers
afternoon.
today, and all viewers who are joining us live here today. I trust you are all enjoying a restful, chill out Sunday. Welcome to our CBD channel. This is a channel where you get a lot of updates regarding properties, regarding the locations, and today we'll dive into the topic of Malaysian My Second Home, or commonly known as MM2H. We have a special guest here today joining us all the way from Hong Kong. So hi to Alan. Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
Alan.
Alan. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you. Thank you for accepting our invitation to be here and to do this sharing with us today. And the
My
next
pleasure.
speaker is Jamie from Polo Air Consultancy, MM2H as well. Hello, Jamie.
Hello,
How are
hi.
you?
Hello.
All having a great day today, I hope. Right. Okay. Recently, Alan, I was
Yes.
told that, recently I was told that there have been an increase in inquiries, particularly your friends, your circle of friends as well. And I think today that's why we bring you on to let's hear from you personally your thoughts on this program. Why Hong Kongers are looking more towards this program these days, and Jamie will also share with us on the requirements of Malaysian My Second Home program as well. So Alan, as you know, in Malaysia, we are still under CMCO, which is like a Conditional Movement Control Order. I'm not sure if the same in Hong Kong. Are you all free to move around, or are your movements still restricted?
Actually, Hong Kong is more free to move around, and we are restricted to eight people together. So any group more than 8 people, that will be illegal. In 8 people only. Yes.
8 people.
So in Hong Kong, most people wear masks, and they are very hygiene, and they are very self-aware, and so the virus is not affecting so heavy. Yeah, so it's quite safe, and people go to work, and all the people will go to shopping and dinner as well. And our restaurant is blocked up by piece of block, so no one can see each other. I mean, in a table of 4, something like that. So we are not close to other people. So it's well maintained. So yes, it's pretty safe. Yes.
So it's like almost life back in order. I mean, just like normal day-to-day life already. It's just, I think in Malaysia it's quite similar. We have almost gone back to what we used to do, but of course there are some restrictions. I think it's for the higher good of all of us. Yeah? I think particularly for Hong Kongers is after the SARS, I think you guys are definitely will be keeping this restriction more than what we do here. I think this is the first time
we have experience, unfortunately. Yes.
Okay, great. I understand among your circle of friends, you heard them talking about Malaysian My Second Home. That's why from our conversation earlier, I gathered that you like to know more about this program. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right,
yes,
great.
I really want to know about it. Yes.
So have you been to Malaysia, Alan?
Few times, yes.
Few times?
Yes.
Great.
I've been KL mostly, yes.
Okay, since you've been here, mostly KL?
Yes, mostly KL. And also
Johor?
Johor, yes.
Something like that. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Right. What is your first impression about Malaysia? I mean, what kind of impression do we Malaysians leave with you first time when you arrived in Malaysia, and now you keep coming back, right? You said. So what brings you back so often, other than
Well,
durians?
okay, yes, I like the people here. They're so friendly, and also the environments. So no matter where you go, and you will feel very comfortable. And also the house here is very nice. It's very big compared to what we live in Hong Kong. Yes.
The high rise.
So it's the high rise. Yes. So Malaysia is a beautiful place to stay. I mean, I'm looking forward to come again and again. Yes.
Lovely to know that you are. Other than the houses, I mean, what are the things that you enjoy doing most in Malaysia?
Eating. Okay. So
like
yes, there's so many good food around here in Malaysia. So like the char siu. So it's very yummy. We cannot find it in anywhere in Hong Kong. And also
Hong Kong has good char siu as well, right?
Is better in Malaysia.
Very good, very good. I like to go and make comparison. I'm not so much a char siu person, but I'll now start looking out and see what's different from Hong Kong. Other than that, do you find this moving around in Malaysia easy when you hear?
Yes, it's quite easy. Yes, quite easy. Mostly my friends drive me around, so it's quite easy. And I saw there's a lot of the mass train railway, the train, yes, and it's quite easy as well. And also, if you go to one area to the shopping arcade, is also got bridge and linked, so it's very modernized and very easy to go move around in Malaysia. So it's very nice, yes. And also you can call Uber, right? Yeah,
Uber. Yeah, now it's Grab. I don't think Uber exists.
I mean, Grab. Yes, Grab. Yes, I confused. Sorry. Yes, Grab. So you can use Grab to go around and very not expensive at all. Yeah, so it's very easy. Yes. So good to stay in Malaysia. From my experience, it's very nice. Very relaxing. I can say compared to the Hong Kong pace. Very fast, and in Malaysia it's a little bit slower, but you will find it's very civilized and city-like. Yes, I mean city-like. Yes.
Very good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, people think Malaysia maybe not really modern, maybe not very like city-like city. I mean, So, but it's not true. It's very modern and it's very well maintained and very good place to visit as well. Yeah, besides living, yes.
You can be a good ambassador to Malaysia already.
Oh. It me sweat.
I'm sure. I mean, as a tourist, right? Is there something in particular that irritates you the most when you're out in the street or around Malaysia as you travel? Are there something that you feel may need a little bit more time for you to get used to it?
Okay, so firstly is maybe the traffic is similar. It's similar to Hong Kong, and it's a little bit hot. Yes, but about the temperature, I mean the climate. I just want to mention it's more comfortable than in the summer in Hong Kong. So because Hong Kong maybe is too crowded and too many high rise, so you feel no wind. You know, you don't have any wind. You got all sweat. Just walking by the road, but in Malaysia it's a little bit different. It's better, lots better. So because because you got winds all the time, you won't feel so hot in Malaysia. Honestly, yes, I find it more comfortable in Malaysia than in Hong Kong summer.
Well, that's great to know.
My first, the impression is very nice. For the temperature as well. So it's you at noontime you have sunshine that will be a little bit hotter, but it's not like in Hong Kong where very humidity is very high, so you will sweat very easy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this is what we
You're
used
looking
to
for, eh?
get used to.
That's very
Yes,
good.
yes.
Okay. So here to help you address your entry requirement, your application requirement, I'd like to introduce Jamie. Jamie is the managing director of Polo Air Consultancy, which is an authorized agent fully approved and appointed by the Ministry of Tourism Malaysia. Hi, Jamie.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Jamie, you have many years of experience. I understand that you have helped many successful applicants from all over the world applying into this program, particularly applicants from UK, US, Canada, Germany, France, Singapore. I think now more Hong Kongers and Koreans and China. So
Yes.
I believe you will be the best person to address the the questions that Ellen has for us later. Okay.
Yes.
So before we proceed, can we just have a quick view of a video we have on Malaysian My Second Home?
Okay, sure.
If there's something that you missed out before, Ellen, this is the time for you to just maybe capture the essence of Malaysia through this video.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
Let's
forward.
take a look.
Saya Malaysia.
And we love Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Well, Ellen, how do you like that? Is that something you
Yeah.
have already visited or you're looking forward to visit soon?
Yes, I have many plans. I mean, I will visit everywhere. Actually, yes, I have many plans. Yes, I'm planning with my family and my kids to go to many places by car, maybe. Yes.
Yeah, you can drive around.
Yes. So yes, I've seen a lot of KL, the Twins Tower. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's very nice place to visit as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very nice video. Yes.
Great, great. So let us know if you have questions. I understand you asked about Malaysian My Second Home. I think like for anyone who's keen or already enthralled by Malaysia, you want to know how to get into this program, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
perhaps
yes.
Jamie can help us with this
Okay.
sharing and what are the requirements, the
I
criteria, and all that.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Hello, Jamie.
Yes, hi,
Yes.
Alan.
Yes. Can you explain what is MM2H?
Okay, MM2H is actually initiated and promoted by the Malaysian government, allowing any foreigners who meets the requirement to apply for this program. And once they are actually approved, they are given a 10 years social visit pass with multiple entry, meaning they can come in and out of Malaysia as and when they want. So there's actually no restrictions to that. And also, after the 10 years, if they wish to continue the program, they can actually renew it again. So that actually gives the flexibility to those who have already approved under the program, which they can actually continue. Yeah.
Thank you. How may I purchase a property in Malaysia? Be considered having fulfilled the finance criteria for this program.
Okay. Buying a property is actually not a prerequisite for Malaysia, my second home. It's actually two separate matters. Meaning, you can before you apply for MM2H, you may have already bought a property, right? So you can purchase and then apply the MM2H later, or you can buy the property and apply at the same time, or you can apply and purchase it later on, or even not purchase, because there are some approved applicants where they're comfortable with just renting the properties here, so they can do so as well. Yeah.
Okay, good. What are the requirements for the MM2H?
Okay, requirements. There's actually two requirements that actually they need to comply. One is actually upon the submission of their application, and then there's one after they're approved. So I will share it on the screen in terms of the requirements. So as you can see, upon submission, right, the MMTH program, actually there are two categories depending on your age group. So you can see that for those who are below 50 years old, they need to show proof of their offshore liquid assets of 500,000 and above. And for those who are 50 years old and above, they have to show liquid assets of 350,000 and above. But both category requires their monthly offshore income to be 10,000 ringgit per month and above. So when it comes to submission, you in terms of the documentations, right? How do they actually prove the sources of income? So it could be from the salary from employment, from rental of properties or dividends that they have. And by doing so, in terms of the documents, they have to show like the employment letter, their 3 latest months of pay slip, or their rental agreement. So everything that they show has to tally. So that's why the documentation part is actually really important, because when it comes to screening, whether you comply with all the requirements, they do look into that. As for the liquid assets, okay, what are considered as liquid assets? So as you can see, for example, like your savings account, your fixed deposit, your shares, your investment, but it would be better if you can actually show your liquid assets as in your like cash, your fixed deposit and your savings. So with that, you also have to prove that you have this amount in your latest 3 months of bank statement. So this is what you need to do. You need to make sure that you have all this before you submit for the application. And in terms of let's say after you have actually approved under the program, then what you need to do is For those below 50 years old, you need to place a fixed deposit of 300,000 ringgit. And for 50 years and above, you need to put a fixed deposit of 150,000 ringgit. And this is to be placed in the banks in Malaysia, whether it's local or foreign banks, it's okay. And what happens after 1 year, you can actually withdraw a certain amount for your house purchase, education for your children, and also for medical purpose. So different category, you can withdraw up to a limited amount. And for the balance, you have to remain it in the bank until the end of the program.
Okay. Oh, very clear. Thank you. So, how about can you tell me more about the international school in Malaysia? In Hong Kong, school international school in Hong Kong are quite expensive. So, can you tell us about the international school fees in Malaysia and how they form and how the education system is?
All right. Actually, Malaysia, we do have a lot of good quality education institutions, I would say. In terms of like international schools also, right? We have a variety all over Malaysia as well. And they offer different programs. Example, they have like American program, they have Australian, they have British, they have IGCSE, they have IB syllabus, right? So there's a variety for a lot of parents, can consider, when they want to send their kids here for education. Yeah. So
Sounds good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it's
I'm not
quite
sure what is the average, what would be the
Hong Kong.
average
Hong Kong?
fee for in Hong Kong.
About 1,300. Sorry. Yeah, it's about 13,000 to
13,000
15,000 a month in
Hong Kong
Hong
dollar a
Kong
month.
dollars?
Hong Kong dollar. Yes.
I see. Right.
Yes.
So over here, I would say the average is about maybe about 4,000 ringgit per month onwards, depending on like what schools you go to. Yeah. So on average, I think you can get about 5,000 per month. Yeah.
This
So
sounds good for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So that's why
Not
a
that
lot of
really.
parents, that's why a lot of applicants actually they choose to bring their kids here for studies, because of
Yeah, me too.
the standards that we have, and also I think the facilities of the international schools here are great. We have big space, you have like swimming pool, and you have like playgrounds, and so these may be some important factors, why
We will
the
consider.
parents actually want to bring their kids over. Yeah.
So, how can when can I bring my parents in this program?
All right. In terms of parents, only the main applicant of the MM2H can bring their parents. At the moment, it is not open to the parents-in-law yet. So the main applicant has to be approved first before he can apply for the parents to come in. And let's say once the parents' application is approved, the visa is given on a 6-month basis, a renewal 6 months basis.
Can I bring my mate too?
Yes, you can. Of course, you have to comply with certain requirements in terms of the maid application. Example, you are allowed to bring one female maid. The age will be from 25 to 45 years old, right? And then the application can also needs to be applied after the main applicant is approved. Then only you can start the process, to apply for the maid. So of course, like some of the process will be like they have to prepare certain documentations. The maid will have to do a medical checkup at the country where they are at the moment. And then, of course, all this will need to be submitted to the immigration department. And then once the approval is out, so then the visa will be, sent over to the applicant to bring the maid over. And when they are here, they still have to do a medical checkup, which we call the FOMEMA. And then, of course, getting the visa endorsed and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Jimmy,
very good. Thank you.
how much later after the application is approved that they can bring in, apply for the maids to come in, or rather their domestic helper?
You mean like how long?
Yeah,
we
you
can
mean
only
like
apply?
now, let's say Alan comes in and then he gets
Mhm.
his approval. How soon can he start making the process for the domestic helper to join him here, his family here in Malaysia?
Okay, once he has received the approval letter from the immigration, then with that letter, then he can start with application for his maid, or even like for parents that he wants to bring over. Yeah, because once you have the conditional approval letter, then only you can start with all the other applications. Yeah.
Okay, is this something that you will do as well?
Yes, we
As part
can
of your
assist
services?
with clients. Yes,
Okay, including the
Great.
schools.
including the schools as well. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Okay.
Very good. Yes.
So we have an ecosystem here to help you, Alan, if you are planning to come in soon.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I have very educated knowledge, and yes, I would really want to apply the MM2H straight away.
Very good.
Okay,
So
I
we
also have
welcome you in that
questions
one.
I also have questions for Alan, which I'm also very
Yes.
curious. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if let's say you would want to make a place your second home, right? I mean, regardless where is the place, what will be the important factors that you will look into?
For me, personally, I will consider my kids' education. So because I want him to grow up in an environment which has a better educations and more place to go around, and a more westernized culture. So this is my first consideration to go to another country for living, and also the life index, because in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong house, food, all the clothes and transport is very expensive. So maybe for like my age, I will looking for retirement. So I will choose a place that which has a lower life index to live with. So I will be more comfortable, and I can spend more money for my kids or for travel. Yes. So this is my first,
So
and also the environment. Yes.
a higher standard of living indirectly here with what you earn in Hong Kong and spending in Malaysia.
Yeah. Let's face a fact. We live in Hong Kong about 400 feet, and will cost the same that we live in Malaysia to 2,000 feet. So that is a huge difference. So I bet everyone in Hong Kong will love to live in a place like this in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So it's a huge. This is what I talk about. The life quality. So you not just go to work and just save money and do nothing, and so you will be regret. So I think just come and stay in Malaysia for a while, understand the house is so big and everything is so beautiful and it's not expensive. So I think it's a good opportunity for Hong Kong people to come to Malaysia.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is a good program because even when you apply for the MM2H, right, you can still retain your citizenship, and you have the flexibility to move around freely. You want to go home to Hong Kong for a few months, even like for a year, and then next year you plan to come back to Malaysia again. It's possible. So it gives the flexibility, to someone who who wants to move around. Yeah.
Yes. So actually, I was doing some business in Hong Kong, so I will moving back and forth to Malaysia. Yes, this is what I'm going to plan. Yes.
Right. Okay. So when it comes to like investments, right? Whether I mean, as you know, like under the MM2H, you are not allowed to work, right? you're not allowed to be under employment. But I mean, in terms of like in general, like investments, right? Let's say investments in Malaysia, what would be something that would be a good consideration, good business to invest, like in Malaysia?
Properties. Yeah, buy a house. Yes, buy a flat or condo. Because Malaysia is is going to gain more energy on economics, and also there's more people traveling to Malaysia. So I think property is the best bet. So we can put in. So we can consider to rent the place. You can hire the. I mean, you can rent the place to people, so you can get interest income. So the best bet is to place money into invest the properties. So this is what I yes. Or my friends are doing franchising in Malaysia, so they are starting a business with some local people, and they franchising and they're making tea in the shopping arcade. So I heard them doing very well as well. So this is another opportunities where people can invest the money in Malaysia. Yes. So I've been told them just these two things all the time. So this, yes. So it's very for me. I will do the same as well.
Yeah, a lot of people when they talk about Malaysia is always related to food, right?
Yeah. Yes. Food. Yes. So remember, don't eat too much in Malaysia. Yes. The worst
too much.
Gain weight. It's like me. I've been only 1 month in Australia. I mean in Malaysia, and already gained about 5 kilograms. So it's very
That's a lot. Okay.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's a sign of prosperity and country's prosperity as well. So that's a good thing to get out. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe, Jamie, you can let us know, can an applicant actually buy and set up a businesses here, and what are the limitations if they do?
Okay, so if, of course, like under the MM2H, they're not allowed to be employed, right? They can invest in businesses, right, as shareholders. They cannot be actively involved in the daily activity of the business. But of course, like, if they get like dividend and all that, that is fine.
That's fine.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah. So, Ellen, I have another question.
Yes.
Since you have been, to Malaysia a few times, right? I'm not sure what other areas that you have visited before, but what do you think would be a good place for you to live? I mean, everyone has different lifestyle. Example,
Yes.
like, in Hong Kong, you have a very fast-paced lifestyle, right? And then KL city is also considered a faster pace, right, of lifestyle that we have as compared to maybe like in Ipoh or in Penang. So what would be your place of
Ideal
choice?
location.
Yeah, correct.
KL. Yeah, mostly KL. I love the way like KL is actually in where the Twin Tower is quite city, very a lot of business going over there. So if we live around the circle, like maybe 20 minutes away from the center of the KL, that is a very good place to stay because it's not that busy, but you still can feel the city pace, and it's a little bit slower, and the environment is more beautiful, and you can see the Twin Tower all the time. So that is important. And yes, I think KL will be my first choice. Yes, because I think for some people from Hong Kong, they will feel the same as well because they get used to the environment in Hong Kong. They're very fast paced, and if you go to some like other places, or yes, and you will find it maybe too slow, maybe not really get used to the beats of the city. So I think KL is my best choice. Yes.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
scarcity.
It's still a good balance between Hong Kong. I mean, the fast
yes.
pace, but here things, well, it is still equally fast sometimes for us, at least as a real estate agent. But otherwise, I think you have more things here in the city, in KL City, which is very similar to Hong Kong, actually.
Mm,
A lot
yes,
more
very
opportunities
similar.
here.
Yes, it's like KL, the Twin Tower near Twin Tower area is like central in Hong Kong. People
Yeah.
are very fast and they're walking very fast. Yes, something like that. But just about 20 minutes away from the center of the city, you feel the place are being slowed. So, but still, a lot of people going to shopping, to eating, and it's very like very it's like Hong Kong more, Hong Kong style. So if you go down to the shopping arcade, you will feel a lot of people. So it's about the same.
Means
So
you still get to enjoy the city convenience, not too far away.
yes. This is what I mean.
I think that would
Sorry
be your
about
ideal
my
location.
English.
Yeah, no
Yes, this
worries.
is the ideal place. Yes.
But would you still opt for, when you live in KL city center, it'd be the houses, the place would be more high rise like Hong Kong. Is that something that you would still be choosing to live in? Or would you prefer, like in Malaysia, we have a lot of landed properties? I think from your earlier sharing, you prefer something or somewhere that has more space where your kids can go run in the garden and maybe plant some trees or some vegetation.
Yes, this is my dream. Yes. But for my stay in my early stage in Malaysia, I will consider to hire or buy properties that is condo, apartments, high rise. So I think it's easier to get used to the culture first, and then we will look and search for good landed properties. Yes. Because we haven't been to a house property for my years, so I don't know how houses look like and how does it feel. So we need to step by step. Yes.
Yeah.
So I will look for the high rise first, and then maybe a couple of years later, and then we will move to the landed house.
Yeah.
And
we can help you with that when you're here, when you're ready for it.
Thank you. I'm looking forward. Yes.
You take a quick advertisement here to promote properties as well. But I guess other than education, which as a parent, we want the best for our kids, other than that would definitely be a home, right? A home is something that anchors everything.
Yes. Yes. So I already planned to how to decorate my new house.
Wow. That was fast.
Yes. Yeah.
So it sounds like you are all ready with your documents for application now, right?
Yes. So I've been waiting. Yes, because the Hong Kong government is very slow now because most of the departments closed down because of the COVID-19. So I believe the same happening in Malaysia. So, yes. So we have to wait. Yes. Yes. Looking forward to come to Malaysia.
We look forward to welcome you as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
So other than that, do you have further questions on this, or if we have any viewers here, would they have any questions from? Let me see the chat and see if we have anyone so far. Let's see. Alan, Derek. Okay. No, so far no questions. Okay. Right.
Okay.
One question though, Jamie, if I may ask, upon the expiry of 10 years, I believe I do have questions from some of my clients. Upon the expiry of 10 years, the MM2H visa, do our guests have to go through the same process, the evaluation process, to continue staying in Malaysia? And do they have to pay again?
Oh, okay. No, actually, after the 10 years is up, right? When you choose to extend for another 10 years, the process is much simpler. I mean, you don't have to, redo the whole documentation and wait, for like a few months to get it approved. It's more simple, meaning like, you just need to update for example, your fixed deposit that you have with the bank, just to make sure that your insurance is still valid, right? And then there are certain forms that you need to fill in, and that's practically it. Yeah, so it's not a complicated process to do. Yeah. So, and I mean, if let's say some applicants may choose not to continue with the program, right? I mean, at any time, once they have the 10 years multiple entry, they can actually terminate the program. And once they do that, they can withdraw the fixed deposit that they have. So, it gives the flexibility to the applicant as to, whether they want to stay here on a long-term basis, they want to renew after 10 years, or, even like maybe if they have the visa for 5 years and they feel that, they want to go back to their home country, or they have decided to move to another place, right? So they can just terminate the program and then get back the money that they have placed, and then they move on.
So if they choose to come back again, then they go through all the same process,
Yes.
is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you got to think hard before you take your money out.
Right. Yes.
I see. Okay. That sounds pretty fair and easy. Yeah. Other than that, do you have further questions from your friends or yourself,
Yes.
Alan?
I've visited some hospital and some clinics in also my children, my kids do go to the dentist in Malaysia. They're very well I mean very high tech or advanced clinics. So how's the medical in I want to ask Jimmy, how's the medical in Malaysia? Yes, for foreigner like Hong Kong people.
Oh, okay. So for foreigners, they have a choice, right? Most of them will actually choose to go to like private clinics or private hospitals, right? And the facilities, the medical facilities that we have here in Malaysia is actually very good. Even like Malaysia is being voted in the top spot in the healthcare category. Yes, in 2019. So, I think healthcare is also an important factor for those who want to move to another country, right? To make sure that, they have good medical facilities and all that. So far, we receive a lot of good comments and feedback about the facilities that we have in Malaysia. It's very complete. The equipments that we have are very advanced. So, and medical tourism is something big, in Malaysia. I mean, a lot of even like tourists, right, comes from different countries, and they come to Malaysia for medical tourism. So, it's something that I think Malaysia should be very proud of. That, So, I mean, we are recognized as being doing very well in this healthcare category.
Yes.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank
you. I think we are pretty comparable in terms of with other countries, the developed countries, even like Singapore. But of course, we are a lot cheaper. I think some Singaporeans coming here as well. So I think for Hong Kongers coming in, you will also experience the same benefits that way.
Yes, actually my son go to the clinic to there's some bad teeth he got at the years of 6. So they go to the dentist to treat his bad teeth. So it's very for my personal experience, it's very it's not expensive. It's about 1/3 of the price in Hong Kong, and it's very the doctor is very gentle and very, very, very good actually. So I'm very happy at that particular experience because my kids suddenly have a tooth pain, so I need to go to the dentist. So this is very good experience too. Yes, I recommend people from Hong Kong can go to the dentist.
Come here, fix your teeth, and then go eat.
Yes.
I think yes, good to know that you have such good such good experience from all the travels, the days that you come into Malaysia. So it's indeed a really very enlightening to know that we can
Okay.
also be comparable with many other developed countries in terms of facilities and our amenities and accessibilities as well.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yep. This all question I have for now.
Okay. Do you have further questions, Jamie, that you want to qualify Alan so you can quickly lock him in and bring him into Malaysia?
Yeah, so he will have to contact me, and I have to assess, the profile. Yeah, because everyone's profile is different, background and experiences is different, right? So it is actually important to really do an in-depth consultation, knowing their background and how to actually uh, qualify them and, see what is their eligibility for this program. So first of all, I would suggest that, for those who are really keen to apply, right? What are actually your intentions of applying? Because based on my experience, there are some they actually wanted to. They thought the MM2H they can work, but actually you can't. So then
Yeah.
this program is actually not for them. So some they want to look into like investment. So there are other like visas that they can actually apply that can actually give them a much better benefit if they are looking into like the investment, business and all that. Because MM2H is more of like a retirement program. It's for somebody who are not looking for like employment, but they have the choice of, or they want to bring over their families over here, meaning like the
To enjoy the lifestyle here, basically.
yeah, for example, like the husband may be like working, in their home country, while the wife and their kids are here, sending the kids to school here, right? So, so then this would be something that you can consider. MM2H, then you can consider, and of course, we need to carefully look through the documentations to make sure that you comply with all the requirements before we actually submit in for processing. Yeah.
So it's very important to screen all the
Yes.
applicant at first. Yes.
Yes.
Because I heard if you are rejected by the Malaysian government, then you cannot apply again. Is that correct?
Once, let's say, in terms of submission, if let's say in the event there are some reasons that your cases get rejected, right? Of course, we can actually appeal for you. But let's say even after appeal and the cases can't still go through. I mean, there are many reasons as to why the case is rejected. For example, like if they feel that your financial requirements are not up to mark, right, of what they want or something like that, then they may ask you to top up, to show more or something like that. But of course, the checking is very comprehensive. They don't only check on like financial background. Of course, they also check on like security, right? Your background check and all that. So that's why you need to apply for the letter of good conduct. So that is actually for security reasons. But there are some reasons which they reject, and you can't appeal, right? So the immigration may take action in terms of blacklisting the applicant, or if let's say the applicant submitted like fraud documents, example, right?
Oh, I see.
So yeah, so of course this is considered,
Right.
yes, yeah, you're breaking the rules, right? So immigration can actually
Okay.
yeah, correct. So they can take the necessary action.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm honest and I'm telling all the truth and I supply all the documents, I'll be fine, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
approve you already.
Thank you.
Okay. But Jamie, what would be a common reason that application get rejected other than fraud?
I mean, for my experience, right? The only one I experience will be those like they don't show enough income.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, and when we do the appeal, and you know, when the applicant cooperated with us to you know, to show what we need to, you know, top up again, right?
Mm-hmm.
To show that they are actually qualified and all those things like that. And usually after the first appeal, they will get approved.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does the appeal involve further cost?
No
No.
cost.
Very
Yes,
good.
but it's only the cost will be the time,
The
because
time. Your
yes,
time.
yeah, because you know, once, like, you know, you resubmit all the additional documents, right? Then they need to
Mm.
process again, and you know,
Yeah.
they need to put your case into the next meetings and so
The
forth.
next
So you know, the time you will have to wait for the approval to come out.
Mm,
Mhm.
Great.
great.
Okay, indeed, this is a very good sharing about MM2H. So thank you, Jamie, for an enlightening presentation on the right way to apply Malaysian My Second Home.
you.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate having our questions, particularly the questions addressed and clarified today. Then, Ellen, if you have no questions, further questions, we deeply appreciate having you join us this afternoon. So at least we have some point of view of an applicant's point of view of what they are expecting and what are they looking forward to coming into this program. So I think
Thank you very much.
this sharing will definitely deeply help all our non-Malaysian friends here who are planning to come on to Malaysia to apply for this program. So invite your friends. We invite you to come and your friends to come and experience Malaysia. It's the culture, the diversity, and the food. I think most of the things everyone speaks about this when they talk about Malaysia. So I know after having experience, which I believe you have over several times, and you may choose to stay here for good. What do
Yes,
you
thank
think?
you. Yes, I
Okay.
will. I will. Yes, I will stay for good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We look forward to welcome you to
Just
Malaysia.
beware. Yeah, you have to do a lot of exercise in order
Exercise.
to
We
balance.
have a lot of good
fat.
exercise. I mean, we have clubhouse and membership places that you can actually go do very good game of golf if you play them here. We have lots of lovely greeneries, go hiking and things like that. So, well, it's a long list. When you come in, we'll tell you what to do. We can show you what to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so on behalf of CBD Properties and Polo Air Consultancy, we wish you a pleasant Sunday and thank you for
You too.
joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Yes.
Jimmy. Thank you,
Yes.
Lorraine.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, see you all then. If you
Okay,
have
thanks.
viewers out there, if you like to get to know more about this program, I will send, we have this, I don't know, where can we put Jamie's email here? Otherwise, Jamie, can you pull up a slides with your email? That if you like to reach Jamie, here is Jamie's number, or can I read out her email? I'm not sure if you can catch it that fast. Perhaps Jamie, you can either put in the chat box, or well, otherwise leave a comment in the chat box. We will get back to you.
I can.
Yeah, Jamie's email is jamiechew@malaysia-mm2h.com. But I think it's pretty a bit mouthful there. Just reach out to us here in the CBD channel. We will get back to you. Okay, Jamie, are you pulling up the slides, or we will just leave?
I tried
them
to leave it in the comments. I'm not sure whether. Okay.
It's showing underneath. Yes.
Okay, so that's Jamie Chew's email address. So feel free to share this with your friends or anyone at all who is viewing this or may see this in the future. This is how you reach out to Jamie. Okay, any questions at all? Jamie is highly experienced doing this application for a lot others already. So I'm sure she will be able to help you very well. Okay, so Ellen, have a great evening. Thank you very
You
much
too.
once
Thank you very
again.
much.
I
Thank
hope
you.
to see you in Malaysia
Yes.
soon. And
Yes,
thank you,
with,
Jamie, for your
yeah.
time.
Yep. Thank
Deeply
you.
appreciate you
Thanks,
guys.
Ellen.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You too.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.